Money Mondajar, Instagram. How do you decide which principles and ideas from the Bible are literal and which are parables open to interpretation?
You don't decide that. I don't decide that. Let me say that. For me, parables are generally identified as parables in the scriptures. Are generally confined to the things that Jesus said, that I tell you a story, or the kingdom of heaven is likened, and he sets it in the context of a metaphor, and we assume that it is a metaphor. When we go beyond those parameters and we assume things to be parabolic that were not said to be parabolic, then that gets up to interpretation, and I don't always think that that's the wise thing to do.
At Weapons of Worship on Twitter, are instincts equivalent to what some believers would express as the Holy Spirit?
No, they're two different things. When I'm talking about instincts, I'm talking about how the Creator wired you, how the manufacturer made you. When people are talking about the Holy Spirit, that's how he redeems you, how he brings you into relationship with him. And so the instincts was not written to be exclusive to those people who have had a Holy Spirit experience. It is more about how we have been created to function better or best in certain types of environments.
At Purple Reels on Twitter, what is something you'd suggest to add to our daily routine to empower ourselves?
Quiet. We're too busy. We are so busy that we don't notice that we're not productive. Busy does not mean that you are producing. We are just spinning our wheels. And the great thinking and progress that we've made in this country, steam engines, telephones, automobiles, all types of things, spacecrafts, were done by people who had moments to think. We're moving so fast at breakneck speed. And if we get a free moment, we're on Twitter and Facebook and everything. It's the death of creativity. And I would challenge people to go back to meditation. And if you're spiritual, go back to prayer. If you're not, just go back to just laying still for a moment to clear your head, to hit the reset button. Because we are starting every day with the burdens from yesterday assaulting us in today. Let's put a comma between all of that.
I read somewhere, as an actor, I think, said it, that once a week, he doesn't talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Doesn't talk all day.
Yeah, just peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, just peace. Shut it all down, and you'd be surprised what you can hear when you shut up.
Kathleen McGuire on Twitter, how do you balance your personal life with your professional life? How do you deal with it all?
It's an ongoing challenge every day. I wrote in the book a chapter called Juggling Jungles, because I live in so many different worlds and how I have to touch a little bit of everything almost every day. I learned this, that at the end of the day, I will never have a day that I get to the end of the day and everything is done. Whether I've been the perfect father or the perfect husband or the perfect boss or the perfect pastor or the perfect CEO, I'm not going to hit 100 every day in all of those areas. I just try to make sure that it's not a deficiency in the same area every day. Okay? So today I got the father thing real good. Tomorrow I get the husband thing really good. The next day I get the CEO. But you can't be 100 every day when you have a lot given to you. Just don't be deficient every day in the same place.
At CM Beltre on Twitter, what's the best advice you ever received?
To go with my gut. To listen at my inner
instinct.
My instinct. I mean, it's really true. And that's why I had the aha moment out there, because when I look back over my life, I wrote a book, a man writing a book called Woman Thou Art Loose to Women. At a time, no publisher wanted to publish it. There was no precedence for it, but I went with my gut, and that book sold 7 million copies, blessed people all over the world, been translated into 10 different languages. If I would have gone by the empirical data, I would have never done it. I moved from Charleston, West Virginia to Dallas, Texas, didn't even know anybody. But I felt like I was finished in West Virginia. Instinctively saw Dallas as a place that I needed to be. And I went from pastoring 1,000 people to 30,000. Every major move that ever happened in my life, from doing gospel plays that turned into movies that ended up with contracts with Sony's, I've never been trained to do it. It was all instinct. And when I presented this idea and began to talk about it, and I started talking to other people like Tyler Perry or Oprah Winfrey or anybody else that I got a chance to corner long enough to ask a question or two, they were instinctive too.
Watch new episodes of Larry King Now, Monday through Thursday, on demand on Hulu and Aura.tv.